understood it. Definitely a group activity or single person can develop a product. It's a group activity, agreed or not? Every project will be a group activity, correct? But out of the group, only one fellow is good in listening. Everybody cannot listen, right? Listening skills will not be there for everyone. In a class of 60, everybody cannot listen to a teacher in equal way. Correct or not? So who has a listening skill, they can understand the topic better. I cannot say topic better, at least they understand what I am trying to explain. Okay? So second one there, how the project leader understood it. So what the project leader understood, we want 3 different places, right, where it can be connected to the cradle, but he understood only one is sufficient. Project leader will think, okay, I want a cradle to be connected to the branch of a tree, that's it. Then coming to the how the engineer designed it. Explanation person is different. Who understood the problem is different. Who designed it is different. Agreed or not? Okay? So engineer has designed it, right? How engineer has designed? He made separate, the structure for cradle, you can tie to the branches. It is different basically. What is explained, what is understood, and what is designed. Correct? Then coming to the fourth one, how the programmer wrote it. Everybody is following how things are happening. It is everybody will experience in our daily life. Teacher says something, we understand something, we write something, we get result something. Is it correct or not? Teacher learns from some resource, right? Whatever topic. Will explain to the student. Student understand differently. Student write still differently. The results also still different, right? Right from the first source of information till you get the result, you have so many variations. So this idea is all about variations, okay? Then comes the most important aspect of any product, how a salesman explains it. You know that salesman, how he explains? My product is best in the market, right? No other product can give this many facilities. Yes or no? So is it not like salesman job is to interpret such a way that it is not there, but to convince people you have kind of sofa kind of flexibility in the cradle, what we connect to the tree. Yes or no? So that is a salesman point of view. And the most important, how the project was documented. Nowadays we find in most of the student projects, what it is there in the project documentation? Nothing is there. Yes or no? What document says what they have done, there is no relation at all. Agreed or not? Is it clear? The FDP, the idea of this 5 days ideation and prototyping, and what is documented that way. But if I present something else, presentation report is different, what is discussed in the FDP is different, right or not? So do you think what is expected is available in the report? No. So that is also an important aspect of a designer, right? Designer should also document what he has done so that the people can understand what exactly all about this product is. So that is one of the major areas we should focus. Documentation is also equally important. Then comes what operations installed. So I think there is a huge gap. The operation means the whole problem implementation, how you divide. What are the different algorithms expected? How many you have implemented? You know that we are in a hurry to release a product into the market. There are so many bugs. We try to ignore them and we want to release it into the market. That is the meaning of new operation installed. Okay. Then comes is a businessman point of view. How the customer is billed. Bill means the amount. Whatever product we make, it could be 1 lakh, right? But when I want to sell, how much I want? Like I have spent for constructing a bridge. You have written a program, you have designed a product for a simple thing, but at the time of billing, you are pretending that you have constructed a bridge. There is a huge gap, is it not? Yes or no? Then comes how the help desk is supported it. You know, testing engineers, not testing engineers, customer support. All of you know customer support. When you call that have some problem, so most of the cases nowadays it is replaced by the chatbots. But before chatbot, the people used to tell that you replace the particular whatever card relevant to that particular problem. If in a computer something is not working, you replace the board instead of getting no solution for the problem. So I think customer support is again one of the important aspect of your product, how you impactful to the people that you need to consider. Finally, the most important, what the customer is required. What customer is required? The customer requirement is you want to make a tire to be handled to the tree. So at the time of explanation, customer is also unable to explain properly. Yes or no? So why I am giving this particular 10 slides is, as I mentioned that one of the project I did for biomedical applications where the first discussion what we had is just I want some stepper motors needs to be synchronized in a proper manner so that my machine works. Then they implemented. Then they said the position of the stepper motors, the kinds of gearboxes attached to this will be different. Then it is extended. So like that, 7 to 8 modifications happened. The initial discussion what they explained, final product what it has come out is completely different. Is it clear? So customer is also not in a position to explain properly what he needs. Project leader also does not understand properly. If he doesn't understand, engineer is also a problem, how he designs it. So this is a sequence of steps generally undergo for everything, whether it is a product in the industry or you talk about an idea which you want to implement. If you are taking care in all these steps, I think the 99% of the product, I think you are able to build it without any problem. Okay? Done. Break. Okay. We'll continue from here after a short break. Not interviewed. So when you give a project, everybody will ask for an abstract. Am I right? So what is the meaning of an abstract? There are so many, hidden things. You generally, mention that this is my objective of this particular work. But to implement that objective, to reach to that objective, you have set of sub-objectives. To meet an overall goal, I need to make my problem into some steps. Each step has to be an objective for us. So those are all abstracts actually. In the abstracts, objectives are not mentioned. But you must be aware of it. That is the meaning of this particular. Then choose your project. And so that right from the academia only we wanted to learn that so that the training time in the nowadays industry does not have a time to spend to give a training for you. If you already get trained in the kind of idea lab, right? The idea behind this lab is the students should feel that they are already trained for a particular product. And tomorrow there is a suitable position is available. You just relate, okay, this particular position is suitable for me because already I have trained in my idea lab. So that is the basic idea behind this idea lab. Only thing is how we utilize. It's an individual thinking again, right? So somebody thinks it's a college point of view, separate facility is made. Students might feel, okay, this is an additional added advantage to my resume. One more student will feel, okay, let me train on the particular topic. One more student will feel that, okay, whatever idea comes to mind, I need some hardware. Okay, I'm lucky that the hardware is available in the idea lab. So like that, different aspects of idea lab you can think, and the only thing is how we utilize is up to you. So here, we need to select the project based on the whatever knowledge you have acquired so far for your current academics and all. So let's start the experimenting the things, how we can proceed for an idea, then how we get the solution for that particular idea. So what do you think of a prototype quite at all? Just now I asked a question, right? I think all of you also agree with me. Prototype is like testing thoroughly before it is released into the market, correct? But why do you want to test thoroughly before it is released into the market? The question. Definition is clear to all of us. Prototype is nothing but we need to test everything before it is Presence in the market. It's something like until you get required eligibility score, you will not be given a placement. No. What is that? Option. Agreed or not? If you get above 70% or you are clearing all the subjects, then only placement will accept you. Yes or no? So you will be tested actually. You will thoroughly tested, and the interview. No assignments, or I should not say assignments. The kind of implementation part. Whatever I am going to discuss in the morning, the afternoon will be implementation of that. Generally, what we discuss in the morning sessions. Okay. The outcome is. It's not limited to the today's talk. It is extended to the any idea, whether you get today or you get tomorrow or you get afterwards. You have to continue the process. Process does not change. Idea may not come today, but idea can come anytime. But the implementation part, whatever process is involved to implement that particular idea, that remains same. So that is an outcome of this particular talk. So once you get an idea, we are able to build a prototype. I hope everybody knows what is a prototype. Yes or no? Prototype is before a mass production comes into the market, it has to be tested thoroughly. Agreed? You take an example of the COVID vaccine. Do you think it was tested thoroughly? No idea, right? We do not know. Any vaccine before it comes into the market, it has to be tested at least 5 years. That is what all we have seen during the COVID time. But due to emergency, without testing 5 years, we are all taken the vaccine. Yes or no? So here, able to build a prototype of your idea. So nowadays, the things are changing. Even testing time also, people doesn't have, because whatever idea you got, somebody else also can get the same idea. If you don't make it fast, somebody can overtake you. Am I right? In the market, if you are developing, you want your own product to be better in the market, you have to come out first in the market, get good results, then you can extend it. You have a very good idea which can be better than others, but they are coming into the market without completeness, still they will be surviving. The reason is, first it will be habituated. The idea later it will be extended. You can take the example of all Reliance, the marketing strategy. They come with a very initial idea which may not be full-fledged, and all of us familiar to the, addicted to that particular whatever idea they come into the market, and we are first attached, then they will try to start imposing new things. Correct or not? So, able to build a prototype of the idea. Two things are available. I have the complete idea about a product, but how much time it takes for me to complete it. So make sure that how much time generally it takes and what are the competitors for me, so that my idea has to be sold into the market. Yes or no? That is important. So before you start a product, now I am talking about workshop. I'm really and all the participants. So very good morning. And after listening to all the senior people here, I feel I'm really privileged to be meet all of them today. So very nice to get the important suggestions, ideas. So always it helps us in any way. So coming to the workshop for delivering a lecture, it's a two-way. I'm not here to deliver. I'm also here to learn something from audience as well as from whoever I meet. So whatever knowledge I have, what I'm here sharing is only just because of I've interacted so many people, so many workshops, and really wherever I go for delivering a lecture, it always gives me a lot of my enthusiasm to learn. Today I'm going to improve myself also. Not only sharing what I have done so far, at the same time, we also try to learn from others. So really, whatever ideas and whatever good words they have said just now, it also made me to be more responsible so that my talk should be meeting their expectations. Because when coordinator Lakshman sir called me for a lecture on this particular topic, he only mentioned the ideas and prototyping. And there is an idea lab. I think I have been called for same kind of workshop in CPIT. They also have got idea lab, and they have inaugurated, and I was part of that inauguration function, and I also delivered one talk. So my focus is towards what is the importance of this ideation, the idea lab and all. Most of the time we teach in the classroom most of the theoretical concepts, but when it comes to the implementation part, there are so many gaps are available. And when I started my teaching career, I was fortunate that I moved from industry to the teaching basically. So I never faced a problem in terms of what I'm teaching, how it is generally. And again, I'm fortunate to interact with so many industries. I'm fortunate to get some kind of projects from consultancy projects from the various organizations. And in that also I learned so many things. So what sir said, the classroom, wherever the particular topic fits into the implementation of a particular product, we should relate that. So even till today, whatever subject we teach, the moment I take a topic, I just try to relate. This subject is useful to implement what kind of product, what kind of algorithms. The thing is, now what happened is ideation is like school students, Telangana residential schools. I have a group of people, 4 or 5 members. They work for Teach for India, and now they started their own startup. The startup is called Incular Foundation. So they started with the 4 members. Now the strength increased to 60 members employees. So the whole idea behind the startup is they should reach to the students of Telangana residential junior schools. Students will come with so many ideas. When they come and discuss with me, I'm really wondered how effectively they can think. Very small things. A small kid of 3rd or 4th class, they say that how can I make my tiffin box hot even in the afternoon or even in the evening? So he has given some idea.
Definitely, I am working here for a long time, so naturally I have a lot of attachment. Most of the faculty members know that I am working here from 2003 onwards. So you can call me as a brief officer. That is not a problem. Okay. And today's the guest and director sir and Ranganayakulu and faculty members. Kindly excuse me that I came late because there are some programs that are going on. MBA department also called me. So director said I will join later. So then at least one of our should be present there. So I am forced to go there. Sorry sir, I am late. Okay. And now comes to the FDP programs. These FDP programs is very nicely conducting under the department. And the ACT idea lab.
Sir, అది అటెండర్ అక్కడ ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్ క్యాంటీన్కి ఆమె ఆల్రెడీ ఒక సెక్యూరిటీకి ఇచ్చి పంపిస్తారు.
This idea which
అవునా
is a very interesting area which is coming from the last few years.
మీరు ఎక్కడ ఉన్నారు సార్?
He has made more and more accountability for the and make the country to go into a very advanced stage.
క్యాంటీన్లో ఉందా?
So ideas are very much required. Earlier we know a lot of ideas, but we don't know the way to present. Only some people know the ideas and they get a platform and they present it. Like today, if you see that there are TV programs, there are so many platforms where from the village also people are coming and they are exhibiting. When there was only movies are there, so they don't have. Only some families were ruling the participants and the dignitaries over here. It's a privilege that they are given a chance to give a valuable message. I just want to say that like these workshops, seminars, they are here for educators or to educate us and to make us learn something new. At the same time, especially speaking about this workshop, it is related to some innovative thought that we mix up with well. It is to generate new thoughts, new ideas from the existing ones. I hope these 6 days where we discuss a lot of technology related to advanced electronics and we come across through a lot of softwares, maybe prototyping or as sir has said,
chairperson and the speaker, Dr. Shyam Sundar sir, Professor Osmania University. Good morning, one and all. And I welcome all the participants for this program. Those participants are the participants from other colleges and for our college, GNIT, faculty members. Good morning, one and all. I welcome you all for this program. 6 days FDP, Faculty Development Program on Advanced Electronic System Design, Ideation and Prototyping. In all these 6 days, so day 1, some guest lectures by professor from Osmania University, theoretical aspect, and some form of algorithms will be implementing using the system. This is day 1 program, morning 2.5 hours and afternoon 2 hours there is a program. And tomorrow and Saturday and Tuesday. So one industry expert is coming. The industry expert will guide you in the idea lab. So we are having a title, Advanced Electronic System Design, Ideation and Prototype. So we will make one small device using a idea lab equipment. So this grant is sanctioned based on the idea lab through the ECE department. So in the idea lab we have to do the work, and from the department of ECE we are organized. So here in collaboration with idea lab and AICT idea lab and department of ECE, we are organizing this event. And 2 days this prototyping is there. And next 3rd day, professors from Osmania University and NID Warangal, professors are coming, and they will give you some ideas for electronic system design. And the last day, complete idea lab visit is there. So they will make a small groups and use it to make some components and devices, electronic devices. This is the total 6 days program for us. This grant is sanctioned by the ACTE ATAL FDP, and I thank everyone participating in this event. I wish you all the best. Thank you, one and all.
Utilize for the same value, we will come to see your products which is developed by you, and you present that products which you designed during the validation ceremony. That is good. Otherwise, there is no use. Okay. So with these few suggestions, I am closing my thought. Thank you all. We have to display that engineering through AICT Idea Lab, and we have a full-fledged proven Idea Lab established by our institution, which caters the technical sharing knowledge to all engineering disciplines. And AICT sanctioned this FDP program to conduct through Idea Lab. For that, Department of ECE proposal is selected for conduct this program entitled Electronic System Design, Ideation and Prototype. I am the co-coordinator of Idea Lab. I also took this ATAL FDP training in the capacity of co-coordinator of Idea Lab. Very intensive FDP program they organized. We were segregated into teams, and my team also fabricated one product, that is 3D illumination of LED, that we presented at the end of the day in open house program. That is validation session, where I will post my device also in the group. And with that, the ultimate objective of this FDP is network. Otherwise, there is no use. Listening and going. My humble honest to all the participants. Since from the beginning, we attend all these sessions, and we are also inviting some technical experts from the company.
Specifically in EC department, from the past 2 years, specifically last 1 year, we are conducting so many good events, which is enhancing of the subject and enrichment of the faculty towards the research as well as teaching. In this connection, I am thankful to the Dean R&D, Dr. Anganayakar, who is the mentor for entire college. He has a stipulated timetable, the application of all the regular coming up some events. Outside all the faculty members who participate, I'm requesting you, please interact with the resource persons, please maintain your notes, and please continue these discussions as a WhatsApp group and further also. Since any kind of thoughts, we call it seed thoughts. Sometimes it is goes to produce or develop a PhD also. Marinchetu Vittam Vruksham Babu. That is in the Sanskrit sloka. Marinchetu Chala Peddadi, Dani Vittanam Chala Chinna. So these kind of FDPs, conferences and discussions, if any seed thought is there.
Very long to share with us his ideas and research. We thank him for his time. I can say that this session actually mattered. We understood the process as sources and sensors used in the manufacture of different smartwatches. Sorry, but I missed the coding part. It becomes a formal responsibility to honor today's speaker and show him our respect. May I request Director Sir to felicitate our today's guest speaker. I request HOD Sir to join.
Really hands-on experience. Really.
Thank you so much. Sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, just a moment, sir. Coordinates will go on chat.
You want to upload all these photos to AACT?
Okay. Then check.
GPS address.
Sir, now I
Request all requested to join this board session.
Please come quickly.
come fast. So main slide, when Java. Thank you. Project. Sir,
Incoming voice call from GN Sharat Project Consultant on SIM ATAL. Incoming voice call from GN Sharat Project Consultant on SIM ATAL.
I will press the reset button. So it has to connect it to the search mobile. If it is not connecting means somewhere in the password. Okay, what is the number you got? 192 dot 192 dot. So what I want is one of your mobile, you connect to the search same, you know the Wi-Fi SSID password. Let them try. One of you connect your Wi-Fi to that hotspot. What is the name of the hotspot? Poker 5. Then that password. Then you type that what is that password? Not password, IP address. 192.168.190.157 in the Google browser.
So the IP address generated.
IP address you need to type in the Google browser, then you are able to connect it. I think multiple people can control it now. All of you can connect to this particular Wi-Fi and password, and now on this particular node MCU you can connect. You will get LED on and LED off. There are two names, which is inside the steel box. The steel is there. There is nobody into the material. It's not at the top. So made by ES Press. This microchip has integrated Wi-Fi and low power consumption. It is a processor RISC Tensila 103 32-bit with a maximum clock frequency of 160 megahertz. Okay, so it looks very small but is very powerful because 160 megahertz is not simple. It's very high speed in terms of the this particular device. So 160 megahertz is very good because you're going to receive a lot of data, so we want a little more faster, so 160 megahertz is okay. But somebody asking what is the processor of a Tensila means, a node MCU means, we should know that it is a Tensila L106. It is a 32-bit processor, okay? Then, whenever you want to program, the most important thing is we should have the pin diagram of that particular microcontroller. So here is the pin diagram of the board, it's not microcontroller. In this pin diagram, you can see some colors. So what all red colors are available, we'll call it as a power related pins. So what kind of powers are available? Wherever V3 is written, it is a 3.3 volts. Wherever ground is at the ground. So how many ground and 3.3 means 3 different pins are available. This is first one, this is second one, this is third one. Whereas here Vin is given now. Whenever from the battery you give supply here, you can give this is a Vin. Basically you will get 5 volts. When you want to give a 5 volts, you are supposed to give here, and this regulator will convert 5 volts to 3.3. That 3.3 will be distributed to this IC, this IC. There are so many ICs which will work at 3.3. So V will be useful whenever you give a battery. Okay. Then comes second one IO. It is given a blue color. Blue color everywhere it is written as GPIO, general purpose input and output. Wherever you need some kind of a digital sensors. So in the sensors also there are two categories, analog sensors and digital sensors. The digital sensors, we try to connect all these sensors to the whatever blue color it is written, GPIO. In this GPIO some numbers are also written. Those numbers are important in the programming point of view. So right now, I'm not going to consider what this number, but example, there is a GPIO 6, GPIO 7, GPIO 11, so like that there are so many are available. Just try to remember that. So this board has, if you see directly, it is very difficult to see in this board. It's a very smaller one, no? You cannot identify what is what. So better you have a printout of it and you can understand. You can count and you can follow as per the sheet. So this is like again ESP12E. What happened again? Sir, something, yeah. The term node usually refers to the firmware while the board is called development kit. Okay. So whatever I have in my hand, I think same thing. What you see on the screen. Something is wrong.
Bank.
I think it's coming.
అక్కడే కేబుల్ అక్కడ లూజ్ ఉంది.
Now it is okay right now. Okay. Something.
Okay enough.
So node MCU kit 1.0 consists of an ESP12E on a board, which is facilitating its use. Let us see what is ESP12E again. In simple, I'll explain because you will be spending a lot of time tomorrow and after tomorrow on this particular board. It also has a voltage regulator and USB interface. So meaning of voltage regulator means you can also connect this particular this one from battery. Battery generally has 12 volts, okay, whereas this will work with the 5 volts. So actually the real operating voltage is 3.3 volts. So it has a regulator of 3.3 and you can see here the 3. I don't know how to see that. This is called regulator basically, okay. If I give it to you, you can understand, but there is a regulator. What I is telling. It also has a voltage regulator, USB interface. USB interface means this bottom one. This is a USB interface. Now this is also same thing. It is a top view. It is a side view. Okay. Then ESP12E is, I think all of you can see there is a middle one, no, with the steel color. Yes. I see it is visible, no. What you see on the screen, that is called ESP12E. That is basically Wi-Fi module. Cloud service providers. Okay. Next, with cloud service, you can do all these things. Any cloud service, these are the facilities one will expect. Even though you have 10 different cloud services, every cloud service should provide minimum requirements. These are the minimum requirements. I should define variables in the dashboard. I need to make some data points. I can write, I can read, remotely control, visualize. So they're all different, you know. Once you start accessing the, what is that? Cloud, then only you'll come to know. If I explain, you may not be able to understand the meaning of it, but you can see the pictures, how effectively it is showing the data to all of us, correct? Next. Okay, they're all, I can skip because already we have discussed. Next. How it looks like, cloud sandbox, MediaTek cloud sandbox, this is MCS, okay? How it looks like, you are able to sense the temperature will be 25 degrees centigrade. Next. So create test device. Next. Only they are all related to the cloud, I am just not covering now. Go on. Next. Okay. These are the some topics to explore if somebody really wanted to work on the IoT side. What do you mean by HTTP request? What do you mean by GET request? What do you mean by POST request? What do you mean by HTTP headers? What do you mean by request format? curl API. So they all will be useful if you write an any IoT program. I will show you one or two. Next. Okay, now we come to the hardware now. So now time is 3, so we'll work for 1 hour. So boards, the thing is, you don't have laptops with you, right? Nobody has. Okay, what I will do, I need to install software in that first, Arduino. Okay, sir, board imanna.
నెట్ ఫెసిలిటీ నెట్ వస్తుందండి.
Okay. What I will do is, if at all you want to really work, I will show you now. The software where is available. Oxygen level. The moment you feel that okay, your breathing is not perfect, immediately I will take an oximeter. I use to put a finger and I will to verify is it above 95 or not. That no, what is that? Because the COVID requirement have changed now. I need to carry a thermometer. As time progresses, the requirement changes and people started paying for oximeters. Initial days nobody used to buy thermometers. Now everybody is saying a thermometer. Oximeters nobody knows in fact. After COVID has come, then only people come to know that there is something called device called oximeter. Yes or no? So well, people will buy it or not, it all decided by COVID masks. Too much of no selling those days. Now if I put semi hi-fi masks in the market, will they buy? No. Once it is really cases are increasing, everybody will buy. Yes or no? So that is a parameter which you need to address, like requirement whether people will buy my product or not, all based on the context. I cannot say all the time it will work out. You must be very clever enough to decide whether my product will be marketable or not. Okay? Fine. So then what is your business model? What is your business model? You want to, how you sell your product, how you reach to the people in the market, there's something called business models. I think you can see Reliance is best in business models. Agreed or not? For any new product comes into the market, Reliance will grab the product, customers very fast. The reason is, business model is free. The Reliance will always follow free because they understood the mentality of the Indian population. Something is free will attract. Once we habituated, however amount they will put, we are there to take it. Yes sir. So there is a business model. Why offers? See, it's all about business model means how you reach to the people. You want to have 1+1 offer. You want to have a 50%. You have to have a free of cost. First 100 pieces will be free. They're all business models I'm telling. We feel that we are getting lucky, but it's not like ultimately you have to pay later on. So this is called a business model. How you product? So designer, see, as an engineer, as an entrepreneur, as a startup, we need to think all these aspects. Problem is important, getting solution is important, getting the product is important. Without more errors or more reliable, then finally reaching the product is very important. After reaching, you have to maintain it. If some problem comes to the product, who has to maintain it? You need to provide a customer support. You need to service. That is the reason if you look at the product life cycle, 10% will be development of the product, 90% will be the maintenance of the product. Because 1 or 2 years you make a product, you give a warranty after 10 years. Throughout the 10 years you have to maintain it or not? Correct or not? So product development takes 1 or 2 years and it will be there in the market at least 10 years. So 80% you need to spend time for maintenance, O&M and operation and maintenance. So till the product is developed, only 20% of the job is done. Still 80%. If you are not successful in that, your product become obsolete within no time. Yes or no? Next. So that all comes under business model. Okay, what all I explained. So some question to again think, did you really find out a problem there, or you are just assuming that there is a problem? Morning I said no. Whatever idea we get, we feel it is a problem. But is it really a problem? Only for you might feel it is a problem, but others may not feel it is a problem. That is also a question, correct or not? It's more important. So when it's something like what other side, in my place, if I think something is this way as a teacher's point of view, I need to take the position of the student also. The student comes with some problem to me, because I know the answer and I know everything. I can say it is a simple thing how you cannot understand. Yes or no? But as a student, if I think, probably it is a difficult thing. We need to enter into the others' shoes. Then you can understand, okay, this is the problem. If you feel the same thing in both positions, then you can go ahead. Only in one position you think this is a problem, it is not correct. Agreed? Yes or no? What we feel may not be same problem for others. They might feel it is okay. Correct? Next. Just wait. When there is a problem, there is an opportunity. I think, and you are not the only one looking at that. I think morning also I addressed this point. What are the efforts required to execute your idea, and are they justified against the volume of the opportunity that is available? This is all about whatever efforts you keep, finally it is not acceptable. You did lot of efforts. I don't know, first one is what is that? If you want to fail, you fail early. Don't waste time. If you fail at the later stage, lot of time is wasted, lot of amount is wasted. Correct or not? So in that context, it is written that are they justified against the volume of the opportunity? To the requirement, am I satisfying or not? If I am unable to satisfy, my efforts are useless. Correct? So go to the next slide. So now we are moving forward to make a prototype by taking the idea 2. First one I am leaving it to you, second one we will do that. So as a process I am explaining, I am not going to develop a product, but the process involved in developing the product I am trying to explain. Okay? So let me take variable device for a security personnel. Second problem we are addressing. Right? Go on. So step 1 is selection of a processor, because the context is medical application smartwatch. Okay? Variable device means like a smartwatch, you assume that. Then coming to the idea, I want to understand the health status of a security person who is placed remotely. Then step 1, what is step 1? Selection of a processor. Before I implementing this smartwatch, I should know that in the existing market, how many types of smartwatches are available, how many types of processors are used, how much cost it will be, how much software, which software is used, how much time it takes to develop. All these things should know. So for that purpose, I am just following the selection of the processor. Look for the latest SoCs. SoCs means system on chips. So in the smartwatch, what kind of SoCs are used? Let us verify. Next. Next, sir. So selection of the processor, look for the latest SoCs used in IoT products, and follow by survey the development boards and select a suitable board for your application. Because I am a startup entrepreneur, I cannot design a board from the scratch. Existing boards I need to buy, I need to program it. Agree or not? I am not a chip developer, I am not a board developer, I am an application developer. Existing boards, you select which one is best. Take the board, then you program it as per your requirement. Then you make a product, and then you can sell it to you sell your idea. Correct or not? So let us look at select a development board for your application. Let us see what are the different resources that are available. Next, sir. First one is called BeagleBone. This I have worked on already. I think I said Hug Innovation. First, the people who has worked on smartwatches, they have used BeagleBone as a board first. So BeagleBone is one of the SoC which is used to make a smartwatches in the initial days. This is the BeagleBone. Again, I am not going into the detail because they are all features of this particular board. But why the entire details are written is, once you get familiar with the terminology, like what is eMMC, what is HDMI framer, what is boot button, what is micro SD, what is the USB host. So they are all you need to explore. For a particular SoC, all these features, what is their importance and how they are impacting the overall output. Is really all these features are needed or not? If I want all these features, I need to pay more. Whereas my device needs only few of them. Is there any board available with the less number of features so that I can reduce the cost of the product? So these are all things you have to explore. Is that clear? Okay, this is the first board called BeagleBone, which is an SoC used for the smartwatches. Next. So latest SoC used in IoT products. Go on. The Apple S1, I think everybody is familiar to this watch. Correct or not? So Apple S1 is using an SoC which comprises of all these features. You have ARM version 7 core, then 512 MB of RAM. The initial version I'm telling. Again, the upgrade might be happen. Only memory can be upgraded, and that's it. I think no other features. Maybe some more features might be added. So S1 ARM version 7 core, 512 MB of RAM. Then gyro, accelerometer, NFC, flash, heart rate monitor, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. I think oximeter, SpO2 levels also we can verify now. Now latest Apple Watch, you take it. What all extra features are available? They are just add to the list. So this is called first. Always you start with the best one. When you have 8-10 members, even though it is security person, but in general it is a greyhound's problem actually, because in the defense we cannot keep directly, and only our job is whether all the people are working equally. Somebody is working more than. Generally, what happened is one fellow will keep idle and his job also done by somebody else. So he will be overloaded. When he gets overloaded, his efficiency will come down later on. The person who does not work, it doesn't work. Person who works, when he gets overloaded, future what will happen? His working, the efficiency might come down. Yes or no? So same kind of here. How do I know that they're working, efficiency and all? Next. So coming to the solution, right? I think problem is clear to everyone. You have 8-10 members who are uniformly distributed to cover the area of 2,500 square kilometers. Our job is to identify all are at their, what is that we need? We need a plug and play device which is person, which has a GPS, which can read the coordinates and it has to update you. You are sitting at the remote location to take care of 8-10 members. All 8-10 data, right? Location 1, location 2, total 102, and the 8-10 locations has to be reached, right or not? So that will be solved. Second thing is, effectively they are working or not. If somebody does not feel well, do you think they will work effectively? As long as my health is good, I can work perfectly. If my health is not supporting, obviously I cannot work actively, yes or no? So I need to understand the parameters. When somebody works, the kind of signals generated, it will be different. The medical signals terminology point of view. So my job is to read certain medical related signal parameters, so that if they are consistently same every day, you can understand that okay, everybody is equally working. And for some of them, signals are not at all available, they are not active. Some of them, too much burden is there, you are continuously getting that they are getting stress levels increasing. Right? When stress levels increasing, they are working more actually. It's very simple. So, is it not medical related problem now? In general, the objective is different, whether they are working or not. But how do I address that particular issue? By reading biomedical signals or related signals. Yes or no? So, before I go into the solution, I'm trying to explain how we can go about it. Okay? Go next. So, wearable device, we are planning. For the problem what they have posed, we want to have a wearable device. So what is wearable device here? First one is same. Whatever asset tracking we did, same thing here also it works out. Is it not? Asset tracking need a plug and play GPS device. Same thing we will attach to the security personnel here. So that you can find the real time location. A device to be owned by the security personnel which sends the location, health status like heart rate, other activity levels to the authorities. Then you will have a dashboard containing the location and health status of your security personnel. That's the general solution how we expect. Okay. Coming to the distress, the end user also has a distress button which is used in the case of an emergency. This can be used by authorities to identify the location of the person and start rescue operation. Is it not better? I am working more effectively. Suddenly, because in a forest, the person nobody is there to help him if he has some problem. Then there should be some kind of button you should give. That's called distress button. If he presses the button, the entire parameters, one is polling mode. Polling mode means at every half an hour I am reading the status. Continuously reading the data also a problem because the memory issues. In the cloud you are maintaining the data. So there is a question, right, whether I should read continuously. So not required, every half an hour is sufficient. So every half an hour I am going to check the status of the person, but within the duration of the half an hour if he gets a problem, how can I do that? I will provide a provision of the button, distress button. The moment he presses it, definitely the abnormality levels will be there. That will be notified to the authorities. Then what they do? Immediately they will send a person for a rescue kind of operations. Forest kuda. It is forest means you have to take care of person who is situated in remote location. You need to go and save them. Correct or not? So this is what the requirements. Next. So then validation. Some questions to be pondered before taking a decision. Will your product really add a value? So here, because they have come and asked for a solution, we have given it. But is it really value? Means already they have done it actually. It is not my job. Luckily I am that we are only giving a solution for them. Problem is not decided by us. Problem is given by the client. Client already felt that, okay, I'm feeling that some kind of device is needed so that I can make my people who are scattered across the and he thought of that it is a reliable device. That is the then we started doing it. Yes or no? Nowadays, we have so many women security team for some police personnel. Yes or no? Same kind of thing. We have some kind of wristbands. If they press, information will go. If they are really feeling some problem, they can press a button. Then the center somewhere wherever they can get the help. It will send the information to that. Yes or no? The same kind of information here. Is it filling a need that lots of people have? So again, it is also a question. Right now, the problem what we are addressing to the security personnel is also extendable to somebody else. The scope of usage of the particular device. If it is really more, obviously we can go ahead straight away without any problem. So when we are addressing a particular problem, generally what will happen is the solution will be suitable at multiple places. That is more important for us. Okay? So are people willing to pay for your product? So when you are trying to develop some idea and really that idea is feasible and reliable and made by the people, 50% chances everybody will buy it. Correct or not? These two watches are smart watches. I think they have come almost 10 years back. Okay, not now. So there's something called Hug Innovations company. I think I will show you the associate. A group of people from the CDAC. So like this,